remember that inner Earth is not the same as outer Earth because inner Earth is a 5D reality. Fully conscious beings live there. We're going to be talking about who they are. I just wanted you to get a better idea. We as people on this planet are not from here. And we will tend to do the right thing. The outer part of every planet is where the most fragile, most delicate, most important diversities of ecosystems are located. So it is standard for fully conscious galactic humans to be on the inside of planets because through the laws of vortex physics, which relate to how all this things we see out there, the stars, the planets, etc., were created, they're all hollow. The sun is hollow, so are all the planets. So this inside world, this inner Earth, will be the 5D reality home for Earth's humanity when we complete the transition to being fully conscious. It is a place of extraordinary beauty and a fitting snapshot on how Gaia is to one day look again. So let's have a look. The basis of it when we first came here, roughly 900,000 years ago, was this huge world. This is Earth's largest continent. It is misnomed as Lemuria. The ancient name is similar to Mu. It simply means the first mother in Lemurian. And this huge place is where it all began. Now, when I was in the Hawaiian Islands, I was able to contact people, but I just wasn't much of a climber, so I didn't get to go. There are actually people who know where some of the ancient Lemurian ruins are located on Mount Haleakala. So let's just face it, it's real. It's not made up. This is an amazing tale. But there's also an inner Earth part to this. Being fully conscious beings, even ones that are very, very ethereal, as were the humans that lived originally on the surface world of Lemuria, they knew and fully understood that the basis ultimately of being part of a worldwide stewardship of this planet was to live inside. So as we know, and we'll be talking about the history of why Agartha, why isn't Lemuria there? And so Agartha is the last living remnant of Lemuria. And as I said, 900,000 years ago it was colonized. Lemuria was colonized by the 50 major galactic federation of light human star nations. The surface part of Lemuria, the inner part of Lemuria is of course Agartha, was sunk during an unprovoked attack by Atlantis nearly 25,000 years ago. Now, let's continue. As I said, all planets are hollow orbs. They're not solid. This is an example of what Earth looks like on the inside. On the whoops, I touched this thing and it does things. Very sensitive mouse. And this is the area that looks just like the outside. As I said, the inside and the outside are just continuations of one another. The difference right now is because of the need to lower us down to 3D, because of the vibrations of 3D, which allows us to exist, the 5D world is different. It has an expansion to it. As a matter of fact, when we become fully conscious and the whole planet reunites, this planet will actually be much bigger in diameter than it is now. It will expand. This is a look at the inside of our Earth. This is the central sun, roughly an 800-mile central core, which floats because this is atmosphere. The atmosphere of the outside of the planet moves into the inside of the planet and then moves outside of the planet. It means that there's a special, around the entrances, there are special energies which allow for the 5D energy to be converted to 3D. It also acts like a wall. If the people do not want you to go into inner Earth, they can stop you, which is what has happened a few times with our military that has had less than nice concepts of what they wanted to do with the Agarthans. So remember, the inside has trees, it has lakes, it has oceans, it has continents. It looks basically like the outside, except it's much more beautiful because it's retained its 5D reality. And there's little clouds around the sun. That's why people who saw it first in the 19th century called it the smoky god, because